our social medias are all over our website. Make sure you check us out. Ash makes some dope ass fucking stickers. She makes these cool dice, dice trays, bunch of other cool stuff. Rob 3D prints all of our props here. We call him our prop master.
Thanks.
Yes, we got some dope stuff. Like this very quickly went from like we like to play D&D to let's record a podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah. So last time we were here, you guys were leaving the scriptorium, the Circle of the Moon scriptorium.
Yes, we were.
And
we had found Cloak.
You know, and as you go to leave, you guys make it to like right at the precipice of the cave where like the light starts to get a little bit too bright for your eyes. They've settled into this darkness by now, right?
Right.
And so what you find is that moment where the sun's just blinding enough to where you have to blink it away, all of a sudden Oki feels something wrap around her.
Yes.
Right, wrap around her leg. And one thing that I did forget, and I did remember this time, was that when we were here last, there was a point when we were getting close to the end of the episode, and Rob had asked for a perception check.
Yes.
In the cave after the fight. Right? Go ahead and make that perception check now. I'm going to let you roll it retroactively because you did ask for it, and then I think between me and Ash, we just kind of spoke over you, and then it just got forgotten about. So we're loud.
It's going to be a 13 plus my passive perception.
No, just your regular perception.
Perception plus 3, so 16.
Okay, so you notice after the fight that there is a spider sitting like right on Cloak's shoulder, right? But like, yeah, and they're a druid. So you don't really think anything of it, but it does seem odd to you that they like the spider, Does that elicit a response from Gorthan in any way, or is it more just kind of something he just notices and
Gorthan probably kind of looks
Hopefully
at it.
he says something to me.
Gorthan probably looks at it and goes, friendly with spiders, eh?
And she just kind of, oh yeah, this one found me in the cave, and we made quick friends.
You druids are some crazy people.
Well, okay to make an insight check.
Insight. We are at 10.
10. All right. You seem to remember that when they were first there, they're a little afraid of bugs, but who isn't? But at the same time, like they never really went out of their way to like get over it or be friendly with bugs.
Right.
And you know that like your circle isn't really able to change into insects.
Right.
You change into beasts. You change into, wild animals and shit. Yeah.
This fucking bastard Cole.
So, as you go to leave, right, you feel something wrap around your foot.
Fucking course I do.
And I want both of you to make a perception check for like this moment. It's going to be at disadvantage because of the sun like blinding you.
Okay, cool. 15 plus 3 is going to be an 18.
That's the lower of the two?
Yeah.
Shit, nice.
I rolled a 16 and a 15.
We're rolling at
Beautiful, I love it.
disadvantage.
Yep.
What am I rolling again?
Perception.
Perception. Oh. +5. my perception. And I just rolled a 20.
Oh, yeah.
You got to roll again and see if you get worse,
Oh, come on.
which you almost guaranteed will. I will be absolutely
It's
amazed.
a 17 plus 5.
Okay, so not bad either way. You see, what the fuck did you name that damn snake?
Karen.
Karen, thank you. Sorry. Karen has your fucking back.
Fuck yeah,
Right.
she does.
You get tripped. And in that moment, you're like, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah, rightly so.
But then this blast of flame goes right over your head, sailing into the woods beyond and hitting a tree and scorching it.
Okay.
Doesn't light the tree up, but we're going to roll for initiative.
Ooh, shoot.
All right. But this isn't going to be like your regular combat. All right. I'll explain when we get into it.
Initiative.
Slam down that initiative.
17 plus 1.
Plus 2 is 12.
All right. So what's happening is the moment you guys turn and see you like Oki about to hit the ground and this fire go off, Gorthan turns to the, where it came from, and you see that the spider that was on her shoulder is now this creature about this big
This fucking bitch.
that had been polymorphed into a spider.
Ooh, shit.
I want you guys to make an Arcana check to try and determine what this creature is. And based on what you roll is how I'll describe
Arcana, I have 17 plus 4.
13 minus 1.
I love that the Gorthan is a -1 to Arcana.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love that.
So Gorthan does not know what this thing is, right? He's never dealt with anything like this. Oki, on the other hand, immediately clocks this thing as an imp.
What?
As an imp.
Gorthan's probably
IMP.
trying to find something.
It is
Like
a
I'm doing right now.
it's a fiend, right? It's a demonic creature, and usually they are lesser demons.
Okay.
They do the bidding of other demons.
Great. Fucking bitch. That's cool.
And you notice that Clove was the one that cast the spell at you. And Clove's eyes are now this, like, just absolute, nothing but blood, right? Totally glazed over and nothing but blood. And in that same moment, this imp grabs a hold of Clove and tries to start flying away. This is not a fight. This is a chase. What were your initiatives again?
18 and 12.
All right. So I pre-rolled initiative and I got a 15. All right. So Oki sees this, but Oki is also being tripped. I want you, your first action is going to be trying to get up. So go ahead and roll a dex save.
6.
All right. So you hit the ground. You don't get hit by the fire, but you're like scrambling to get up.
Yeah.
Right? It's all muddy right here. It's the entrance to a cave. It's dank. Shit dripping. Right? And then, of course, the sun coming down and caking it. Gorthan sees this, right? But because you unfortunately rolled a little bit lower, this imp grabs this girl and seems to cast a spell on her. Right? I want you to make an Arcana check. I shouldn't say a spell, but I'll get to that.
I'm gonna go with a 2. Then I have a -1 to Arcana, so it's
Nice.
gonna be a 1.
Awesome. So you have no idea what's going on, clearly. And Oki is down on the ground with a face full of blood.
Bye, Chloe.
So what does Gorthan do in that moment? What would his first instinct be?
His first instinct is gonna be to go to his book and search for answers.
All right.
He's gonna start opening through his book and just kind of start flipping through, hoping.
I will let you make another Arcana check at advantage this time.
Yeah, that can help him.
If you give him the help action, it just gives him advantage. What was the first one?
That's cocked. 15.
Okay.
And a 14. So we're gonna go with the 15.
There you go.
-1 for my Arcana, so 14.
You see a little ring on this creature's finger, like sparkle a little bit, or like something happens, which you recognize from when the wizards would use magic items.
Okay.
So you recognize this as some sort of ring that is able to bestow a spell-like ability.
How far away?
Right. I would say, I mean, not when you're in a chase, you don't necessarily go by the same like distance rules, right?
Okay.
Like this imp has already picked her up and started to like try and carry her off.
Okay.
It's not doing a great job. It doesn't have big wings. It's not very strong.
Can I get within 30 feet and try to use Mage Hand to pull the ring off the finger?
No, only because Mage Hand specifically says it has to be used on an unattended object.
So Gorthan is pretty much just gonna sit here, flip through, and the only thing that's really coming to him is something like Eldritch Blast.
I mean, if that's what Gorthan would do, that's what Gorthan would do.
Yeah, so the only thing that really comes to him is Eldritch Blast, so he uses Eldritch Blast to kind of blast at you. And hopefully not hit them.
Fucking bitch at this point.
13 plus 2, so it's going to be a 15 to hit.
That's it. Which one do you hit? Roll a percentile die.
Oh, no.
1 to 50 is Clove, 51 to 100 is the imp.
96.
96, very nice.
Nice.
So you hit the imp. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, good job.
4.
All right. That's enough to knock it kind of off course. So
Hell yeah.
I am going to roll.
Where did my... So I'm painting the cinematic here. Gorthan is standing there watching Oki in the mud, flipping through his book, and the only thing that's flowing to him is Eldritch Blast. He opens up his book, the arcane circle pops up, pushes forward, and this blast comes out and hits the imp.
He is able to maintain his flight. Just barely, though. Just barely. It's Oki's turn. Oki's able to get up.
He's flying away.
Depending on what you do, I may impose either penalties or add bonuses.
How
Because these,
far
you
away
gotta
is he?
remember, these aren't meant to be like combat actions, right? Like you can use Eldritch Blast, right?
Yeah.
But I also gave you time to sit there and like, well, what about this? And what about that? No, flip through my book and fuck it, I don't know. Boom.
Yeah.
Right. So these are more than combat rounds.
How far away is he from me?
100 or so feet. He got a head start.
Oh.
What would Oki's first instinct be in this moment?
longbow.
There you go. Fucking anger, pissed off. Clove with your
So I'll
friends,
just like
and
kind
now
of.
you've been betrayed.
I like tripped. I fell in the mud. I'm fucking pissed. I'm dirty. So I imagine Oki just kind of like rolled, sat up, and just.
Without even really, like, muscle memory.
Yep.
Just knocked
And
it
just
loose.
really immediately as he's Eldridge blasting, like she's just waiting for her turn. She's like, let me fucking go.
Yeah, it's going off at basically the same time.
Yeah. So.
Just after the Elder's Blast hits.
Fucking 20.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Boom. Alright. So I'm not
So
even
you
going to make
can
the
see
deck save. Go
that.
ahead and roll damage.
Just so you can see
Yep.
that.
No, I can see that.
So it's a 23. My bad. 1d8 plus 1.
Alright, so you pull out your bow, first instinct. Gorthan shoots an Eldritch Blast and hits the imp. So Oki's immediate thought is, I'm gonna fucking snipe this motherfucker out of the sky. Right? And you hit with a natural fucking 20.
Yes, I did.
So go ahead and roll your damage. And remember, when you guys roll damage, you get a max damage die plus whatever you roll. Because I never want you to roll less than you could. Like, you ever roll a crit and roll fucking 2 damage?
Like I just did.
Exactly, right? So imagine if I was like, all right, now double that. You could have done more with a regular fucking hit.
Yeah.
How is that a crit? It's lame.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Max damage die plus whatever you roll, and then double your bonus. So it's, what, plus?
Oh, plus 1 was 9 for the damage.
So plus 2 instead when you roll crit.
Okay. So 4.
So
8 plus 4 is 12.
Yep. There you go.
12 damage.
So, yeah.
That's way better than fucking 3.
You fucking snipe this dude, and it goes right through his wing, like right through the shoulder part.
Hell yeah.
So, like, he's not flying away, right? As soon as he hits the ground, though, I want you guys to make a perception check.
18 plus 3 is 21.
9 plus 5 is 14.
All right. So Oki is not able to see this, but as it hits the ground, probably some wiping the last little bit of mud out of your eye or something, you see this thing turns into a spider again and is trying to scurry away in the grass. So you're going to get like one more good shot at this thing.
Tell Robin to get the spider. Oh, I have to get the spider.
You have to cast a spell first. What's the casting time on it? Probably an action?
What's for Eastbound?
No, for Speak with Animals.
Speak with it. I always have it ready because I'm a druid.
You still haven't cast it though. That just means that it doesn't count against the spells that you could prepare for the day. You can always spend a spell slot on that. Isn't it fucking the first level spell? Speak with Animals?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you'd have to cast. What's the casting time on it? An action?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. I'm not gonna rake you over the coals if it's only an action. Something you could do in a single combat round. If it's like 10 minutes, okay, that's a problem. You know.
Okay.
Because like I think Beast Bond takes like 10 minutes to cast or something like that. So that's what I meant. Like if it's an instant cast, I'm not gonna rake you over the coals. That's cool. So you're gonna. That's where.
No, actually, Beast Bond is only one action as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Because the range, I just have to touch the
Oh, well, that would be a problem anyway. You have to be touching the animal to cast it.
animal. For Beast Bond?
Yeah. Didn't that
But
say
I
that?
want to speak with animals.
Right. No, I'm just saying this is a hypothetical.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're trying to cast that on a raven who's flying around,
Right.
you know, it would have to come down and land on you, which train it to do that.
Yeah.
Is all. So, yeah. All right. So you shoot this thing through the shoulder. It falls out of the sky. The moment it hits the ground, it turns into a little spider. Gorthan's able to see it.
Gorthan needs
Gorthan probably looks at the spider and goes, "It's a spider!" Okay, look.
Are you gonna like
Then
try and target it or anything like that, or
I'm trying to.
So where is Clove?
Floating in the air.
Floating in the air.
at the moment?
Yeah, I just started running over towards the spider, and I took over my book.
So you're gonna try and smash this fucking thing.
Yep.
All right. I want you to make an attack roll, but at disadvantage. It's hard to see. It's hard to get it scurrying into the grass.
8. Oh, and a 19, of course.
Wah, wah, wah. All right. So unfortunately, you are not able to you smash your book down on the ground.
So we're back to the top with those.
Well, I just need to say fuck you to Clove.
Right.
And
But yeah, so this is you're basically in an open field that has 300 feet before it gets to dense forest. Like this was cut.
okay.
This seems to be an area that was cut down, and then the druids came in and revitalized it.
Of course we did. Naturally.
Mm-hmm. But so there's basically just open field for 200 feet, something like that.
I just need
And then-
150.
So what does Oki do?
Longbow again.
Taking it. Who are you shooting at? Because you cannot see this. I'm pretty sure you failed a perception check to find that spider.
But I did call out to her that it turned into a spider.
That it turned back into a spider.
So you can
actually,
make a seek
I
action.
want.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think?
Actually, I remember my last thing that I was going to do because we were discussing: do I beast bond and tell Robin,
Yeah.
which is the raven, to get the spider, or what's how to go about that?
Mhm.
Because actually, I wanted to go after Clove. I do remember. What the fuck?
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
Days. Things.
You're good. Yeah. That's why we're in different clothes because we had to split up recording sessions. We had a little bit of a tech issue that was actually a non-issue because we overcomplicate fucking
Because why
everything.
wouldn't? It's not the joint committee, it must be.
Yeah.
So I.
Yeah, as you can tell, we can't do anything fucking half-assed. We gotta go whole hog and everything. We can't just sit around the table and play D&D. We have to make a set and make a whole production out of it because that's what kind of people we are.
Yep. Why just play D&D? That's boring.
So
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah,
I've been doing that for 30 fucking years.
I need to tell Robin
God, I feel old.
to find that shitty ass spider.
All right, so you want to do beast bond with Robin, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Not speak with animals. You want to do beast bond.
Yeah.
Okay, because that gives you a telepathic connection.
Yes,
and
they'll already know the
exactly.
thing. Copy paste from brain to
Basically, yeah. So
Yeah.
because especially
a
a
raven.
raven is insanely smart.
Mhm.
They say they have the intelligence of a 4-year-old child.
Damn.
I believe it.
So
You met 4-year-olds. I
yeah,
definitely believe
absolutely.
that.
I have an 18-year-old, so I had a 4-year-old at one point. Love you, man.
Yeah, I've been through those stages too. Times 3.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them kids.
No.
Rob, I can't say.
Love you guys. 'Cause I'm obligated to say it on camera. No, just kidding. They know I love them. No, but for real, back to
So you
back to
cast
the
Beast
land of
Bond.
make
What's
believe,
the
also known as Slosnia.
what's the components for Beast Bond? Do you have it pulled up?
I have 2 components as VSM.
Oh,
which
so
is
all 3.
for
So
rapid
verbal,
apply.
somatic, and material.
Yep.
So you have what's your focus? You have a spell casting focus. Isn't it you have a pendant or
My
your compass? That's what it is. Yes. Yeah, your compass.
us
So you reach down with one hand and you spin your compass and you move your hands in a certain way.
After strange.
Yep. And Robin all of a sudden, so like you all of a sudden have this connection. What is the verbal component to?
Bitch, no. I don't know.
Like, what do you have to say? Is it like words or is it some like weird? Because like you also automatically know a language called Druidic, right? And it's only known to Druids. So like I would imagine it would be some Druidic word
Yes.
for, you know, we are connected or something to that effect.
I'm guessing, actually.
Can you read me the spell, actually, if you don't mind?
You establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you.
Robin is definitely friendly to you.
The spell fails if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher.
It's not.
Until the spell ends, the link is active while you and the beast are within line of sight of each other. Through the link, the beast can understand your telepathic messages to it, and it can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts back to you. While the link is active, the beast gains advantage on attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that you can see.
Okay, so you cast Bee Spawn, and Robin flies down, lands on your hand. Actually, that would probably be the somatic component. Is it some like you're doing like the Doctor Strange thing, and then like you have to like motion for Robin to come down, and she like lands on your shoulder.
Yes.
So then you
And
cast.
then I'm gonna tell her, actually I'm gonna tell her, the jury's out, but my choice is you. As in, ours. Speak now.
There you go.
All the TV
Very
versions.
nice.
So
Very nice.
yes, the jury's out, but my choice is you. To her, and she's gonna
There you go.
vibe together.
But in Druidic.
In Druidic, yeah.
Right, whatever that sounds like.
So
Because I don't think it's ever actually been established what Druidic
sounds like
like.
the Taylor Swift song.
There you
Chorus,
go. It's
but-
very like musical and
yes. And
so he sings for a second.
I will not, but yes. That's exactly what happens, and we are going to have our link established.
All right, so what do you tell Robin?
By that fuck-ass spider.
So Robin takes off your shoulder and flies beeline straight for Gorthan.
Yep.
And I want you to make a seek action.
Okay.
But what you basically now you're going to be able to make like 2 seek actions in a round.
Okay.
Instead of only 1. Right. So go ahead and make a seek action, but you got to use Robin's perception.
So is that just like her perception check, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go over her stuff real quick.
It's too bad you can't be spawned with Gorthan too. Then she'd get advantage.
He's a large
He's not a
creature.
beast.
I know. Have you seen him?
Yes.
Especially when he's in rage mode?
Exactly.
Come on.
Barbarian. That would be a dope ass thing for him to get, though.
Just saying.
You get to like no, dude. You get to like level 3 in the barbarian. You get resistance to like all damage except fucking psychic damage when you're raging.
6
So
6 plus 5.
Okay.
11. Okay, I'm gonna try a stealth check using the imp's stats.
Stealth plus 5.
This
All right.
fucking bitch. It's
Plus
supposed to be
5.
negative.
Actually,
I said negative
excuse
5.
me, it's a -4.
Yeah, no.
Negative
So
20?
seriously, plus 5.
Yeah.
Negative 20.
When I called for that, I did not know it had plus 5 for this check. Just so you know.
Negative
All right, so let's do a little summary for edit.
15.
All right. Robin is unable
I
to
swear to
find
God.
this spider. And now it's the spider's turn,
Bitch.
right? So it's like, how many stat blocks do you need?
It's okay, we're just going to put them all behind your DM screen. The whole thing is eventually just going to be covered in different stat blocks.
That's not a bad idea.
They can just look up and be like, you guys are fighting a...
Yeah. I swear to God.
Just a regular.
Do the giant one. He's my homie. He gave me these magic powers. They're pretty dope.
Okay, since he was polymorphed, I actually have to use the spider's stats. The spider only gets +4 to stealth. So Robin is still unable to see the
I
spider.
swear to God.
Um,
Do I have inspirations?
no, actually, I don't think either of you guys do.
Nope. Just got all that.
Yep. All right, so it is going to move. Okay. And then Clove stands up and turns to look at you, and then turns to try and run towards the forest.
This fucking bitch.
Gnomes,
Where is
gnomes
everybody?
aren't super fast.
Where is everybody? I'm about to
How
fucking
far
wild
am I?
shape into something.
I mean,
I'm gonna be a lion.
like
and just
not
fucking eat
far
everybody.
away. Actually, I'll give you an attack of opportunity since you're so close.
Cool.
Because like they fell out of the sky and like the spider would have landed right next to Clove.
Yep.
So Clove stands up, looks at Oki, looks at Gorthan, turns and starts
Hit 'em.
running the fuck away.
Get that
And you
bitch.
get an attack of opportunity.
Can I try to grapple them?
If you
Just
hit,
fucking
you
beat
can.
the fuck
Yes.
out of 'em.
14.
Plus, you
Plus-
like, is that total?
I'm gonna do K plus my strength modifier.
I mean, it would be like it's an attack for you.
Got her.
He has her grappled. She's not restrained yet.
Yeah. I think I want to take this moment to wild shape
Okay. Into.
a lion.
All right then. So that's a bonus action for you, right?
It is.
As a moon druid, circle of moon druid. Nice.
Yep.
All right. So as a bonus action, you transform into a lion.
Yep.
Is it like Animorphs style? Do you remember the show?
Yes.
Animorphs, where it's just like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Because like all your
Like
clothing and everything
like-
melds in and
Like
all
the
of that, too.
1997 CGI version
Yes,
of that.
absolutely.
Included.
All right, cool,
Absolutely.
cool.
Yes.
That's what I had pictured in my
Yes.
head. Anytime any druid wild shapes, that's what I had.
Yep.
in mind.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna wild shape into
Wild shape into a lion,
a lion.
and then
I get tactics because
lion has pack tactics.
lion has tactics.
Very nice. All right.
My ally is within 5 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, are you gonna attack Clove,
I kind of want to.
or are you gonna try and like help with the grapple? Because effectively, you could give Gorthan the help action even as the lion,
Yeah.
right? And then he's going to get advantage on the check to maintain the grapple or restrain the person.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you run up as a lion and you like grab a hold of a loose piece of their cloak with your teeth. And you got a hold of them too, right? Robin is currently searching for the spider. All right.
Yes, because I had already face bonded and we did a.
Go ahead and make a perception check for Robin. Need some dice, need some dice. I have so many fucking dice in front of me.
I don't know. I didn't do a practice roll today, so we'll see. Oh, fuck, I don't have inspiration.
No, you don't.
That's a 1.
Natural one?
That's a natural 1.
All right. Well, Robin definitely does not find the spider. And relays to you that the spider seems to be gone.
Well, it's not. You need to look
Right.
harder, bitch.
So with that, now it is Clove and the imp's turn. All right. So the imp does something, and then Clove is going to try and escape the grapple. All right. So this is going to be a contested check. Your athletics versus either the person you have grappled, they get to roll either athletics or acrobatics, whichever's better. Okay. But you have to roll athletics because you're just trying to hold on. You get advantage though because Oki is helping you.
Okay. Fuck yeah, nat 20.
Well,
That makes up for fucking Robin's bitch ass.
I only got a natural 12, so you definitely were able to maintain that grapple, no problem.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
Clove goes to
You don't know
try
how
and
you
run,
went up close.
realizes that Oki has wild shaped into a lion, and that's their action, right? They use a bonus action to wild shape, but they can't move, or I guess they could, because they use their action to try and escape the grapple. Realize they couldn't use their bonus action to wild shape, which means you're going to lose the grapple. And then they're going to run like 20, 30 feet.
What they shape into?
A rabbit.
This stupid bitch, I'm about to eat her.
Oh.
Wild shapes into a rabbit. That being said, now it is Gorthan's turn. And you definitely have enough speed to get up on this thing.
Then I'm going to run up to the rabbit and grab it off the ground.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
14 plus
natural 14.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that's a hit.
No.
Yeah. Yes. So you're able to run up and you grab this thing by the ear, or maybe one of like the back leg or something like that. All right.
Whatever's not going to get us canceled in our.
Right. Yeah. No, PETA don't come for us.
But yeah. Also, like, it's a gnome. It's not a human.
Gnome.
It's a gnome.
It's a humanoid. It's a humanoid.
It's a gnome,
so,
and a message
same
does
deal.
need to be sent.
So it is Oki's turn at this point.
I imagine Gorthan is kind of holding it out like this.
Well, it's like, so a grapple is basically like, you have a hold of my shirt. I can't get away, but like I could probably, yeah. That's why they get an opposed check before you get a chance to actually restrain.
Multi-attack. The lion makes 2 rend attacks.
Yeah, so those are claw attacks.
It can replace 1 attack with use of roar. Now we're going with rend.
Okay, well, I mean, you can either do damage or, as you know, you can do non-lethal damage, right? Or you could try a grapple. So Gorthan has a grapple, so if you would like to help with that, you can do that. Or you can try and just deal some damage.
I literally just want to slash.
Do it up. So this will be out of the box.
Out of the nice stuff.
Out of the box.
Out of here.
12 plus 5.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
So if you're going to roll damage, go ahead. If you want to make it non-lethal, you can. That's your choice. Non-lethal damage, basically when they stack up non-lethal damage to their maximum health, they get knocked out instead of killed.
They might have some useful information. But do I think about this at this point? Does Oki think about this? Probably the fuck not. She is young.
That's up to you.
She does make rash decisions sometimes. She is on the
I mean, you have 2 attacks, so you could technically do like 1 lethal and then realize, and then the other hand just comes across to smack. What does the roar do, if you don't mind me asking?
Roar. It's a wisdom save throw with DC 11. 1 creature within 15 feet. And if they fail, they have the frightened condition until the start of the lion's next turn.
All right, let me pull up the frightened condition.
Come on, man. Have all this shit memorized.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm thinking.
frightened.
I think I want to do slashing damage,
Oh.
and then I want to roll at her.
Actually, yeah, because a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and it can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Cool.
So basically, if you do roar and they fail, then Gorthan not only will Gorthan probably win because his athletics is insane, but I would also get disadvantage on any check, not just the one check that you're helping with, but both checks because of the condition. So
Cool.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Let's do that.
All right, so you roll damage first.
Some slashing.
Yep. And it's lethal.
Yeah. Yep. So suck.
What'd you get?
A total of 9. So
All right.
6 plus 3.
So you slash at this rabbit and make a wild gash on his like hindquarters, right? And then you let out this thunderous roar.
Yep.
I'm gonna make a wisdom save. 13.
Okay. You didn't fail it. It's a DC 11.
Oh, okay. Is it DC 11 or is it like based on some other?
It just says wisdom saving throw DC 11.
Okay, so that's probably set by the beast stat block. So instead of that, it would be your DC. If you like any of your spells that have like a save, right? Use your spell casting. That would, because what that will give you is whatever your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Mine is 13.
Okay, so I still, if it meets, it beats. But from now on, use your DCs, not the DCs from the monster stat block.
Okay.
But yeah, so you slash, you let out this roar, and it doesn't have the mechanical effect, but Clove is definitely fucking scared right now, especially just from that slash, right? They did not expect that from you. So with that, they're going to try and escape the grapple. So go ahead and make that athletics check. What'd you get?
2 plus 2 is
Or
4.
do you get advantage?
No, you're not using the help action. You tried to use the frightening condition to give me disadvantage instead. You know what though? I'm gonna give you inspiration for the use of that, like trying that ability. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give you inspiration. I should give you inspiration for that. So.
Hell yeah.
Well.
I thought you just had advantage on athletic checks anyway. That's why I said that.
When you're in giant form, right?
Yeah, when I'm in giant form, I have it on all athletics checks, and then normally I do have advantage to end the grapple. So I was grappled.
Oh.
I have advantage on ending that check
Gotcha.
because of my powerful.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I also rolled a natural 2.
Hey.
And I only have a +1 to this. So your 4 beats my 3. So you are able to maintain the grapple.
Good.
Right?
Good. Fuck that bitch.
The imp does something else. And go ahead and make one more perception check.
Come on.
Come on, you got this.
8 plus. Is it my perception or their perception?
Theirs. Well, I guess you're sharing senses, right?
Yeah.
So whichever's better. Yeah, whichever's better.
Because Robin's perception is +5, which I believe is what mine is.
Okay.
So
yeah.
8 plus 5, 13.
So you telepathically hear from Robin, heard but no see, can't hear anymore.
Can't hear it anymore.
You can make an insight check. if
Yeah,
you'd like
let's
to.
do that.
I'll give you
What does
that for
mean?
free since we're not really in true
What does
combat.
that mean?
You got to reposition that.
I do. 9 plus insight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plus 3.
So 11. This is your insight,
Yes.
regardless. So what you gather from that, and what you, because I remember you also rolled really high on your like religion check to know what an imp is, right?
Yeah.
You know that they can turn invisible. So more than likely, it stealthed its way into the grass, took a second to turn invisible, and then started skittering away. Or maybe transformed back and is flying.
Lovely.
You don't really know.
Lovely. Lovely.
I guess I should, because I should say both ways. I shouldn't like lean one way or the other.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But that being said, it's Gorthan's turn. So you can go ahead and roll your athletics check now to restrain.
14 plus 2, so 16.
Okay. Roll the natural 9, so you win.
Yeah.
So you finally are able to like, not only do you have this rabbit by some scruff, but you're able to like really grab a hold of it, pick it up, and you grab it by the neck, so that even if she tries to wild shape, you're still gonna have her by the throat.
Yeah.
And so she knows that if she does anything, you could literally snap her neck. As strong as
Good.
you are.
That's the
She
kind of
is
fear we're talking about.
effectively restrained.
Good. So Griffin just kind of looks in.
We're kind of out of the initiative at this point. So go ahead.
Griffin kind of looks between Oki and Clove the rabbit, or Clove the bunny, and is like, so, how do we get it out?
She then transforms back, and you still have her by the throat.
Good.
Tighten the grip a little bit.
I tightened just a little bit.
So you wanna perform an interrogation at this point?
Yep.
Yeah, I still want to be in line.
Well, you can't talk
Didn't we find out that you actually can speak in beast form?
about it. Okay.
Like they change the rules. This is
And
one of the
the
new
fact that-
updates.
Okay.
They're a druid. Wouldn't they be able to understand me anyway?
You would be able to speak druidic even in animal form, and they would be able to understand that. He cannot.
He can't, but it's because we are all a panel and
One
learned
thing you
Goblin
need to
before this
learn,
started, but
Rob, I think one thing Gorthan needs to learn is comprehend languages.
I actually. I thought I had that.
If you can get that, that is an excellent spell for someone like you to have. Because, like, remember when you were fighting the fishmen and they were screaming, right? Roll an insight check.
Well,
So you are pretty sure that. Do you remember when I was like the fishman was fucking yelling at you for helping Clove?
yeah.
I think you understand why now, right? One thing that Kuatoa whips have, the higher ups, is true sight. So he could see.
that close a piece of fuck.
Well, no, he could see the spider on her shoulder was an imp, polymorphed into a spider, and he was trying to warn you. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kuatoa are still fucking chaotic evil, so you still wouldn't want to kill him anyway, but
No matter what.
could have been a little bit of a heads up with all of this.
Would I be able to cast locate object?
What's the casting and it's
One
locate
action.
object. What does the spell say? No, spider is not an object. It's a living creature. I'm not gonna make this argument. What is it? Read the spell. Let's go with that.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
Okay. That's not all the spell says.
He sets the direction to the object's location if the object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Okay.
Spell can locate a specific object known to you if you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Okay.
Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Interesting.
The spell can't locate an object of any thickness of lead, blocks a direct path between you and the object.
That's all.
All it is.
So that won't work on the spider. That's all I'm gonna say. It won't work on the spider. Now I'm testing your guys' memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
it has to have something on it.
It has. Probably not.
Give me like 15 minutes to listen to it.
It has. I feel like there was something that was on one of its wings.
I clip one of its wings.
What's it called?
Oh, it has an arrow stuck in it.
Oh my god. I need to know where that fucking arrow is.
Okay?
Yeah. Where is it?
You see it sitting on the ground.
Damn it.
Remember how I said the spider or the imp does something? And then he does something, and then he did something again. One of those somethings was actually removing the arrow. I accounted for it in his action economy. There's still an answer though. There is something else. I wasn't even thinking of the arrow. You guys actually I'm giving you both inspiration for that. Because I did account for that in the action economy, but I legit forgot that you could even do that. You know what I mean?
So there was something that had to do. Was it a?
Oh, it had a magic ring.
Yes.
Yes.
It had the fucking ring. It had the
It
thing.
had the ring.
There you go.
Right.
Yep. Where's the ring?
So you're searching for jewelry.
Yes,
Ring
I am.
specifically.
Now I'm.
Do either of you have
Only admit that a
rings
little bit.
on you?
What?
I
Or
only
either
had
of
to see
you
it once, 30 feet away.
Right. Oh, so you're that specific ring is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says within 1,000 feet, you would
yeah.
know where it is.
Yeah. I believe that's what it said,
Almost at the forest's edge.
Yeah, up to within 1,000
And
feet of
I
you.
will basically allow
And if
you
it's in
then,
motion, I know the direction of the movement.
Okay. You know that as well. You know it's moving like adjacent to you towards the forest. It is not sticking around. It's trying to get away. Now, what I will allow you to do, even though it's invisible, is now I'll give you advantage on the perception check. Because you're using two things to locate it. I still get to roll my stealth,
Okay.
but now you get advantage on the check to try and beat it. So you're making a seek action.
It's
if you were
perception?
in combat. Yes.
Fuck yes, I did. 20.
Natural 20.
Fuck yeah.
So you didn't even need advantage. No. So you can see like some of the brush right? You can see like this thing is not flying.
Okay.
It's trying to run.
Weird.
No, because you shot it in the fucking rain.
Oh yeah, that's
right?
True. It can't fly.
Right.
Sweet.
Take another shot at it.
So I'll let you shoot at it now. Shooting at an invisible creature you will be at disadvantage.
I'm still a lion though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I never
you are.
shapeshifted back yet.
That's true. What's your speed? Because I'm pretty sure a lion has like 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, it makes me 80
Actually, it's 50.
50. Wow.
100 feet.
So yeah, you could easily get right up on this thing if you wanted to.
Yep.
All right.
So I just.
It's invisible, so you can't see it. But like you, yeah.
We've got
Gorthan doesn't know what the fuck's going
by the
on
throat,
at the immediate, but I'm
and
sure he gets it.
Yeah. Like you get it.
Yeah.
You know.
And like you, I'm assuming you're going to position yourself between it and the forest edge.
Yes.
Okay. So Gorthan sees this, and I'm sure you can probably pick up on what's going on.
Yeah, Grothin kind of looks confused and then kind of understands and just kind of holds tight onto.
Okay. All right.
Not so tight that he's choking.
Right. You're not trying to kill her. Right. So now it would be Clove's turn, right? They are foregoing the escape attempt that they would actually be afforded. Yeah, you can tell, like, at first she's like, when you like tighten your grip just slightly, she just relaxes. She says, please just set me down. I won't run.
No, fuck off.
No.
And then
It's Karen. Maybe we can use Karen to fucking constrict her real quick.
I can't talk to Karen.
That's true.
Karen was headed towards the caravan, but Karen is at the mouth of the cave. Because that's where she was.
Yeah.
And she like pulled you out of the way.
Yep. That's right. She's right there.
I guess Grothin's gonna start running over towards.
So you start heading in that direction too.
Like
Okay.
following.
So the imp is going to make one last attempt to try and escape. Okay. I want you to make one more perception check, and you get advantage because Robin is giving you the help action.
2.
Okay.
So that would be a 7.
Try that one again because you have advantage.
And then 7 plus 5 is 12.
Okay, you don't feel the thing sneak past you, but like you feel it like moving, trying to get around you and away from you, right? Because it's invisible, you can't see, you don't get an attack of opportunity, but you know where it's at, right? Because you're concentrating on this spell, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have concentration? Or is it just one action, like immediate?
I believe it was one action.
Okay. It doesn't have concentration, but he's going to try and like move one last time towards the forest. Gorthan, then you would be moving over towards them with Clove in hand.
It's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Excellent. That is important because what that means, you can use it to continually track him. So I am actually going to give you an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Because you can't see him, but you're using an alternate sense.
Okay.
Which kind of bypasses the invisibility almost. So like he'll get his regular stealth check instead of getting a bonus, and then you'll get advantage on your perception checks if he's trying to sneak away. But you get an attack of opportunity because you know he's trying to sneak around you. You do have to roll at disadvantage though because I rolled a higher stealth than your perception. I was gonna not give you the attack of opportunity, and then it was like, oh, you can concentrate on that spell, and you know which direction the object is moving at all times. Yeah, I kind of can't like move it close for that, can I?
Nope. Slash at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my little rend.
Double rend.
Double rend.
Okay.
All lethal damage, hopefully.
Oh wait, there's attack of opportunity. You only get one.
Okay.
Sorry.
20.
Natural 20?
Natural
Ooh,
20.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Plus
go ahead.
5.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's a nat 20. It's an automatic hit. So, but it's also max damage die plus whatever you roll. So is it a D8 for the lion?
It's a D8 plus 3.
So plus 6. So 8 plus 6, 14 plus
7.
Yeah. You fucking kill this thing. Right? And it turns visible as it falls to the ground.
Okay.
Right? And as it dies, its body starts to not like decay or burn, but like a combination of the two. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Right. And the ring that it was wearing just burst into flames immediately.
Okay.
It
Cool.
had this like demonic fucking rune set up on it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Probably a cursed object, so you probably didn't want it anyway. So. But yeah, you killed this fucking ring.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, we did.
Body like fucking gets destroyed as it dies, right? Leaves like a sulfur burn spot in the ground where it dies too. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
it makes the landscape. It's like a blight in this beautiful fucking grove, effectively. Make perception checks.
Pause for edit. We are at 32 minutes, just so we're aware.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. 13 plus what, 5? Is my perception?
Yeah.
11 and my perception is a 2, so it'll be 13.
Okay. You can see that whatever enchantment the imp had cast on Chloe, you see this like magical energy fizzle out, and she gets just a little bit heavier.
Oh,
Chloe
Clove in your hand.
gets just a little bit heavier in your hand.
oh shit.
The imp had cast fly on Chloe. If you had let Chloe go, she wasn't going to run. She was going to fly away.
I'm glad that I let her go.
I'll give you another inspiration
Yes.
for that. And I'm
Hell
giving
yeah.
I'm giving Ash another inspiration for having that clutch ass spell to fucking really like.
I
If you
knew
hadn't-
it was gonna work.
If you
somehow.
if you hadn't brought that up, that imp definitely would have gotten.
We would have been fucked.
Definitely would have gotten away. Now it is dead, so you can't really question it.
Right.
But one thing that you do know about demons and devils and all those is like usually if they're killed on the material plane, they reform over time in their home.
Oh,
Great. So it's coming back for us.
Maybe
Sweet.
at some point, or maybe it just tells someone about you.
That's even better.
Who knows?
Love that for
Who knows?
us. Okay.
So, you have Clove in hand. You start walking towards your caravan. Karen has made it there and has slithered up into the back and is slowly digesting the bandit guy.
Yep.
Point of order. You guys remember that you sent those bandits to your gold mine to
Yep.
work for you. So remember now that you have like
It was 4 lieutenants.
yeah.
Yes.
And basically the way hirelings used to, I'll have to look it up if they've changed it, but it used to be they were like 5 silver a day for a skilled hireling. And then like unskilled hirelings are like 5 copper a day or something like that.
Okay.
So like if you're paying those people that were slaves, you're not paying much. But they also get like room and board at the mine.
Yeah.
And then, so basically all they do is spend their money on going to Slovenia now and then to get drunk or bring back supplies.
Yeah.
So the gold mine is effectively running itself.
Nope.
Nice.
You guys got some lieutenants to do some work for you. And for the first time in a little while, you guys actually feel like you're not being chased.
Thank God.
I mean, you know that you effectively are still, especially you.
Oh yeah, they're just not actively hunting us.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
But at this moment, there is nothing pressing, right? So you guys head back to Slot. And what does Gorthan do over the next week?
Over the next week, he definitely is studying his book and trying to just learn more about the Great Worm and everything that it teaches.
So the warlock stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. What does Oki do?
She's gonna start actually like, changing the landscape and stuff around where the gold mine and
Okay.
their future castle will be.
So like you're like assisting the surveying crew kind of.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Because they're like they're over at the gold mine, like looking for a good place to
Yeah.
like set up
And so as they're
an
setting
estate
up
for you
the
guys.
estate and whatever, like clearing things out, Oki's going through and it's like, oh, we're gonna make this little thing of trees into actually it's like this ground cave thing, just starting to
So is this like, are you making something new or are you like modifying something?
what's there.
Okay,
So
gotcha. So you're kind of like down in the gold mine also, like,
yeah, just
so like the surveying crew is up there and you're kind of like, all right, when you guys find a good spot, I'll help you lay out like the foundation, like pack down the fucking dirt.
pack down the dirt and then she's adding in like there's gonna be like bioluminescent fungi and stuff all throughout
Little
there.
worms
So
and stuff to keep them alive
yep,
that
so it
glow
all like
too.
glows and it'll have like these different tunnels and just
So you want to,
she's doing shit
so you're
down
like
there.
also expanding the gold mine at the same time,
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So
We're just
Oki
down there
is
fucking around.
busy.
Yeah, she's just out
Oki's
there fucking
busy as
around.
fuck out
It's
at the
like-
gold mine the whole time.
Like when kids are on summer break and they're like, hey, it's the first day of summer, we're gonna go build a tree house.
Right.
Like back when we were actually kids and we actually did things like that. Like that's what this is.
Yeah, gotcha.
She's like, cool. First day of summer break, I'm
So
pulling down my wagon of fucking my dad's tools to fucking make this tree house.
Are you like planning on doing an actual tree house also, like in like combination to what the surveying crews are? Because now you're starting to get into like, what does Oki do for 2 weeks? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like she's.
So like at the end of the first week, Ruben summons you guys. Okay. And when you get to his main hall, you are greeted by the normal 2 guards outside. You guys are pretty used to them at this point, regardless of the rotation. You kind of got his personal guard, like you just know them, first name basis, I would imagine. Well, actually, I should ask that. You guys take the time to do that? Yeah. Because you're there and back, like.
We're there now. Ruben's our bestie, I would imagine. Like.
Because like this place is only like the gold mine is only like a 2-hour trek when you have horses or a caravan. If you're walking it, it takes like a fucking day. But yeah, you can get there back and forth on horseback. So like you can go back and like have dinner
and had dinner and they fucked around and
have some more baths.
Had some baths and have Ruben, let's make friends. Like new friendship bracelet for
you guys.
this.
So when you meet up with him formally, he then asks you for like kind of a progress report on what you've done. What does Gorthan say?
Gorthan kind of looks at him and goes, the line is running well. We hired our lieutenants. They have it all in hand. I have personal issues I need to find.
He kind of just shrugs a little bit and he goes, okay, I mean, if you don't want to, I should do his voice. All right, well, if you don't I'm not gonna pry or anything, but if you need some help with something, you can always let me know. I think we've established that we're give and take relationship here. So I do know a little bit, at least, about your situation. And there again, there's like when you enter, nobody else is in the room, right? Those two guys. I should have said. I meant to say that. So pause for edit. So you guys walk up to Ruben's chamber, like you have many times before. Mm-hmm. You see the two guards standing there. You greet them. They go.
Bill and Ted.
Sure, Bill and Ted. Yep.
Yep.
So Bill and Ted are like, yeah, Ruben's ready to see you. Go ahead on in. And they open the door, and right away you guys notice that the normal buzz of the court is absent. Right.
Okay.
This room is quite quiet. When you enter, you see Ruben is reading a book. Okay, and it's not one you guys recognize, but you can tell it's probably not an academic book. It's probably just like a novel.
What you reading there, bud?
He glances up and smiles and closes the book, and he says, "Oh, just something one of the traders brought in. Romance novel? It's interesting, I guess." And he kind of tosses it behind him. You see that he has like a stack of books that he has acquired. He says, "Come on, come, sit down, sit down. What have you guys been doing? Tell me about the last week."
Well, we got the
See it.
little man.
He's all like, Orpheus all like, stay away. He's like, come on in and come see it. Let's see what we've done.
I mean, he has probably stopped by. He's just more like asking about your personal endeavors. So this is just a chance for you to like tell him what you want him to know, withhold things that you don't want him to know, ask him things that he does already know. It's kind of like a personal, professional meeting, if you want to think about it that way. Like he's not meeting with you as like the normal Ruben von Hildegard who's like shoveling fucking food in his face. Like you walk in, he's like sitting there reading a book, like he's ready to talk to you guys directly. And so when he asks, like, tell me about the last week. Were you guys? Is there anything I can help you with? I know you say you have the mine well in hand. Your lieutenants are taking care of it, which I appreciate. Them specifically, they have stopped by a number of times to gather supplies for your workers, and they fit in well among the court. I hear they were former bandits, and they attacked the scriptorium. That can't be the entire story?
We found them in the scriptorium. Yeah. They didn't seem like they were worth killing. They seemed better.
I would
useful.
I would definitely agree with you. They seem to have increased productivity in the mine. We've already gotten 3 shipments of gold, and it's being processed and minted. Oh, yeah. So we'll have a steady flow of income for you sooner rather than later, my friends. So, as I said, is there anything I can help you with?
You keep all the good magic items.
Unfortunately, that's something Selesnya is lacking in, is a crafter of that magnitude.
I kind of flip open to.
Where is one? No, that was literally the question. Well, where is one?
Oh, he doesn't know. He just kind of shrugs and he's like, somebody of that order? I have no idea. I've heard rumor that there is a, what do they call themselves? The Artificers Guild.
Okay.
But it's quite far to the northwest.
Okay, well, we'll see.
If the rumors are to be believed, I should say. You would find them in a town called Rift. It's like, and if you'd like a map, the cartographers here can potentially help you with that. I shouldn't guarantee that, I guess. We don't know exactly how far people have been. We've just begun mapping the nearby area. We do appreciate your help with increasing our crop yield.
You're welcome.
The people are quite happy. Nobody is hungry. Everybody is employed. We actually need more people. We have more jobs than we have people at this moment. Starting to consider making the children even work. Oh well, if I have an agreement from one of my highest confidants, it may be a good idea then. Welcoming child labor in this laws.
Yeah,
We need to segue into the
Those fuckers need to start working.
right.
Start them out now. So they know what they want to do.
Earn your own game.
Yeah, exactly. We need to segue for the junior committee. That labor in here.
There you go. So yeah, what about you?
Gorthan kind of flips open his book, and I imagine like the first page of this book is now burned in with the tome of the worm. He just kind of
Yeah, it almost has like a second cover, right?
Yeah.
Like the actual cover that it was is almost more like a sleeve. Now it's almost like shedding skin,
Yeah.
right?
And I kind of open it up and show it to him. I'm like, "Are you familiar with this?"
He looks at it for a moment and no.
Do you know someone who may be?
Well, who would be?
What is it?
Oh, he's just kind of looking at him like, yeah, what is that?
If you don't know, I cannot explain.
It's something magical, obviously. You are a wizard.
Where are your magic men? I must talk to them.
Once again, we are severely lacking in something of that magnitude. The only course that I have potentially laid out is, if anybody comes after you and we capture them, we can interrogate them for their magical knowledge. But beyond that, I mean, unless you wanted to play bait, of course.
Probably not.
And he kind of laughs, but at the same time, like you can tell, like he's slightly serious.
Good lord.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
You're good. So you show him the page, like the sleeve. So you take the cover and kind of peel it back a little bit. Like it is attached, right?
Mm-hmm.
But think about it like that, like a worm, a segmented worm, like shedding its skin,
Yeah.
right? That's what your book almost feels like now. Like the outside has become slightly brittle and is starting to like crack, and underneath it is this like new skin that's growing. So with that, unless you have anything else to add, he would conclude your meeting and you can go back to your own devices. He before you leave, he says, "I'll see you next week." Kind of like he wants this to be a regular thing.
Okay.
So then, what do you guys do with your following week?
I imagine Gorthan goes and checks out the gold mine, checks out its progress, and then really starts going through the town trying to find anyone that knows anything about the town.
Maybe that woman, that tiefling specifically,
Yeah.
even? Okay. So that would be carousing, right? So you can spend the week doing that. It's going to be charisma based.
Of course.
But I'm going to give you advantage on these just because, like, this town is, like, not gigantic, and you are giving pretty specific, like, you're looking for someone specific.
It's going to be a 9 plus 0. 12 plus 0. Let's go with 12.
All right, so you go around town throughout the week and you're looking for that woman, and you are able to find word that she just recently left town, but she is part of a trading caravan, so there's a good chance that she'll come back this way maybe in a few months. The only other thing that you find, I mean, like, what do you tell people exactly? Like, yeah, I fucking went to this other realm and like saw this gigantic worm and pledged my soul to it.
No, I imagine Gordon's very bland about it. Just kind of knows, says, "You recognize this? Yes or no? And if not, do you know any magic people?"
Okay, all right. Go ahead and roll another charisma check. This time, just roll 1, but I'm gonna give you a +3 to it automatically.
That's gonna be a 9 plus 3.
All right, so 12 again. All right, yeah. You are able to find like there are some people in town that can cast magic, right? Most of them have no fucking idea what is wrong with your spell book. When you show it to most people that know anything about magic, they're like, "What the hell is wrong with that thing? What did you do? Did you dip it in acid?"
I don't know. It's why I'm trying to find out.
So you find this one particular person at an appraisal shop, right? You're going around town, and one of the people tells you, hey, why don't you go check out the appraisal shop? They get weird shit all the time. Maybe somebody in there might know something, right? And so you walk in, and there's this young elf sitting. And when I say young, I mean like they look young. Like they are probably less than 30.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Right? So like adolescent elf, right? Sitting behind the counter, and then what appears to be their mother kind of doing busy work behind, right?
Interesting.
And you walk up and you show the book to this kid and his mom, and the mom is like, "Can I see that for a moment? I'll need to properly examine it." And she kind of motions to this table that has these like glowing runes etched into it.
Gordon kind of reluctantly walks over to the table and just kind of sets the book down on top of it.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't ask you to like.
Hand it over.
Yeah, she literally motions like if you would set that down. Also, probably because she doesn't want to fucking touch it on top of it.
Makes sense.
And so she starts to examine it. And after about 10 minutes, this takes, she finally looks at you and she says, "It's been infected." It's like, when an apple gets a worm inside of it and it eats it from the inside out, and then it leaves just like it'll eventually poke little holes, and she kind of like points to one of the holes in the front of the book. She's like, "Yeah, it's like it's infested or something." And with that, that's where we're gonna end.
Oh shit. My book's infested.
Thank you all for watching. We really
Thank you,
appreciate you guys. Don't
Thank
forget
you.
to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitch. Find us at our usual socials that we've mentioned multiple times. You can find them on our website, jointcommittee.tv. And we appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, have a good day.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.